All right. Boom. Just like that, we are live. Live, live, live. I am going to copy, paste, and we will just wait for a few minutes for everybody to get in. All right. Woo, fucking energy drinks. R&D, Phil, fasting, Bruce. Good afternoon, everyone. Everyone's coming in. We are just waiting on Rich. Fasting said he'll be a few minutes. He'll be in here, so we shall see what happens. Just broke transfer case. Rich, I really hope you're going to show up. I'll bring Bruce in for a minute. What's going on, Bruce?
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. I wanted to come in before everybody says I'll get out of here because I won't be able to shut up. I'll
No problem.
probably say some worse things.
Well, I mean, everybody's got their right to their own opinions. That's why we live in this great country we live in.
Yep. Yep. I suppose you got a point. So who else coming in? Fastang and Rich?
Fastang's going to be popping in. I'm just waiting on Rich.
Your buddy and mine. Neck Toad. Where you at, Neck Toad?
Don't leave these people waiting.
That's right. You're like a prom date. Stood us up.
All right, and there's Fastang.
All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll let you guys do your thing. I'll be here.
All right, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for being here. What's up, Fast Tank?
Oh, a lot. Not a lot. Just still trying to wake up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get out of here because I'll say shit that nobody wants to hear probably. So I'll be in the background.
10-4, brother. All right.
I delayed.
No.
Oh, okay. It sounded delayed when you were talking.
Just waiting here for Rich to pop in.
It's weird. It's delaying on my side. I can hear myself like 5 seconds after I talk.
Really? Let me try something.
Let me log out and come back in.
Okay. Rich, come on. We got a lot of people waiting here. Rich, you agreed to this now. Come on. About
All
now?
right. Try this again.
Any feedback?
No, still doing it. Oh, it's going to drive me fucking nuts.
Is it what happens when you talk? It plays back on you?
Yeah, it's playing back on me. I'm talking right now, and about 6 or 7 seconds from now, I'll hear myself talk. Yeah.
Oh boy, hold on a second.
Oh, God, those damn birds. Shut the fuck up.
Is it still feeding back on you?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Wait. No. Yeah, it still is.
I'm not sure. Are you on a speakerphone? What is it, through your phone?
Well, I mean, I'm on my phone. It's on the speakerphone part. Let's see.
Hello, Rich.
Hello. Hello, Joe. Your audio's not up.
He's got a problem. He's trying to fix it up right now.
Can you hear me, Joe? No, your audio's still out.
Yeah, you got no audio, Joe.
No, I'm in my own car with a bunch of clutter still in
What
here.
about now?
Now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
See, I can't hear. Well, it's talking back to myself. I hear my own damn voice.
So you got an echo. That means you probably have a microphone close to the microphone you're talking with. Sometimes that does that.
Yeah. No.
Now,
It's
let's just put
let
it
me
this
leave.
way. I just
Let
want
me
to say one
restart
thing.
my phone. There's something up with it because it's never done this before.
All right, guys, just hold on a second, real quick, Joe. This is to bury the hatchet and start fresh. This is not to start more mess with one another. Right, Jeff? This is to like wipe the slate clean. Is that what this is all about? Or is this for them to make fun of me and continue on with the banter and the nastiness that's been going on?
Well, no, I think it's just to get some things that was said. He's just trying to
I just
make
want to
a
wipe the
call.
slate clean. I don't want to. I don't want to bother with this childish mess anymore. You understand what I'm saying? It's stupid. It's pathetic, and it's just ridiculous. I think everybody's got better things to do with their time than this. Let's see if we can make another hate video about Richard, or let's slander him around a little bit more. Maybe that'll jar his head or something. I'm not here for that.
Well,
And I told my brother I wasn't even going to come in here. So
just
I'm
hold
doing
on.
this to try and make things cleared up. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing this to antagonize anybody or to throw it in their face or anything like that. That's the difference. Now, I did see Austin's video about how he feels. I know he doesn't want to, start with a clean slate. He just wants to keep doing what he's doing.
Well, no, that video that he put out, Rich, I think it was just to show because you said that you didn't have that car, but then in that video you were saying that was your work van. You had two cars. The van was your work car, and then your Jeep.
Well, I don't have the work van. This is my car. See all the crap that's in here?
Yeah,
It's a Jeep. See?
yeah. I can see that clear as day. But I'm saying in the video that you made,
Yeah, that
however many.
video was a few days back, and I had the van taken away because I can't drive.
Okay. All right. Well, just give me a second. Let's get him in here. Let's see what he's got to say, and then.
Yeah, because that was because I have the blood pressure problem, whatever else. So in other words, I won't be able to work again until I get retested and have a DU what the hell what do they call it? DOT physical done again.
Okay.
But the minute if it starts getting crazy, Jeff, I'm leaving. If it's going to be nothing but belligerent, slaying remarks and calling me Jabba and disrespecting the hell out of me, I'm just going to leave. That's it.
No,
And that's not me chickening out. That's me not putting up with it. That's all there is to it.
all right. Well,
I'll show
calm down.
respect. I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody, so I don't expect it back in return.
Okay. Just calm down. Calm down. You're already getting yourself worked up.
I
Calm
know
down.
because I know what it's going to be. I'm having a picture in my mind what it's going to be like.
Well, I don't think so, but we'll see in a minute here. He should be coming. He had to shut his phone off, and then he was gonna.
Yeah, he had audio problems. I know. Sometimes that happens. Like if you have a phone too close to your computer
Yeah.
and you have both of them on, that'll actually send you a delay, or you'll hear echo.
Yep. Yep.
I haven't
How's your
had a
day?
cigarette since last night. So that's
Really?
another reason why I'm on edge. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. Congratulations. It ain't easy.
No, it isn't. Especially when you're under stress. You know.
But I think long term that will do you good by giving those up.
Yeah. Man, I gotta clean this friggin' thing out. What a mess. I got new clothes in here, old clothes in here, dirty clothes in here.
Oh yeah, it sucks moving. There's no doubt about that.
You know, my biggest problem is walking upstairs, man. I can't breathe once I get about halfway up. So I have to stop and take a break, you know?
Too bad you couldn't set up a conveyor thing with a line with like
I
a
wish,
bucket
you
and
know,
you could pull it up on the top.
I wish that the doctor that I had would have paid more attention to what the hell's wrong with me, because that is, I mean, the breathing problem is really, it's really starting to hinder me, you know? Like, and I can't make it up like a single flight of stairs. What the hell's up with that, you know?
All right, here we go.
Okay,
All
Joe,
right, let's try this
I'm not,
again.
I'm not going to be disrespectful. I'm just going to be, I'm going to call you by your name, not, you know, I'm not going to call you anything else. And, you know, let's just show each other as much respect as we can, okay? Does that sound good? Or he can't
I
hear
don't
us again.
understand what's going on. It's just I hear myself on repeat and everybody's talking at the same time, and it's fucking.
Well, we can hear you. I can hear you. You're clear.
Well, it's not going to matter if I can't hear anyone else.
Well, the only reason why I came on here, Joe, was to start out fresh, end this crazy stupidness. You know what I mean? There's no point in it. It's a waste of everybody's time. You probably didn't hear that either. Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah, I muted it out so that
Now he looks like he froze.
I think he has an iPhone, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
yeah, they work under a different thing altogether, different, you know? I have an Android, so it's like, eh. Yeah, he had to get off. You might have to redo this another time, Jeff. Oh, he's back. Can you hear
No,
me?
I have an Android. I don't have an iPhone.
Oh,
Oh,
really? So you can hear us now? Can you hear us,
Wait,
Joe?
it's
What was
not that
that?
I can't hear anyone. It's I hear myself talking and it's delayed. Like I'll say something. 6 seconds later, you'll be in the
It'll
middle
go over
middle of
somebody
saying
else.
something, and I'll hear my own voice.
Yeah, it'll go over somebody else when they're talking. I know how that is too. Look, all I want to do is just wipe the slate clean and stop all this patheticness.
Again,
You know what I mean?
I can't hear what you're saying, really.
I just want to clear everything up. It's fresh slate. Fresh slate, clean everything up, and let all this stuff go. You know what I mean? There's no point in it. It's a waste of all of our time. I'm not going to post anything about cars anymore unless it's something I know. And I'm keeping my personal information offline from now on.
Uh,
The only thing I'll be talking about will be like Hot Wheels. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that I'm talking about Hot Wheels, but there are a lot of other people out there doing that too. And video games. That'll be it. That'll be my agenda. If I do a live stream, it'll be a live stream of me playing video games or something. Leave the car alone. You know, I never said I was an ASE certified mechanic. I know enough to put things back together. Um, for the most part, some things I got confused on because the last time I worked on a car before at that house was 20 years prior. But for some reason, I knew how to get on the inside and do the things that I needed to do, like the rod bearings, the pistons, the rings, the head gaskets, and the timing chain. The timing chain was okay, the gears were okay, but the timing itself was what had me for a loop. So a lot of people called me stupid for that because, you know, I didn't know there was 2 ways of doing it. I only thought there was 1 way. Can you hear me, Joe?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you until I start talking.
Well, you just started talking. How about now?
Just hold on a second. I need to make sure my site's good.
Oh.
I really have no idea what's going on. This is the same phone I've done a million other live streams with. I don't know if it's something with your site, Jeff, since you're hosting it.
It could be StreamYard too, Joe.
Yeah, it could be because I mean, I can hear everything fine, and if he can hear everything fine,
Yeah, I can hear everything fine. I hear Joe and I hear Jeff, and I hear, you know.
I hear talking, but like I say, it's all delayed. I hear myself 6 seconds later talking while you guys are talking, and then your guys are also delayed.
Do you think you guys want to try redoing this later on?
No, because I got doctor's appointments and everything else with my cardiologist. I can't do that now. Jeff, I have to go down to my doctor's tomorrow. They have to give me more
No,
scripts
I mean
and
we
shit
can
like
like reschedule it. Like we can do it tomorrow or something. It doesn't have to necessarily be today.
that. I don't know. How about I leave a comment in one of your vids or something, one of your newest vids when I can, because this weekend's pretty much out too. I got to go to my brother's.
Well, how much more time do you have right now?
Well, I can sit here for a couple minutes. What are we gonna talk about? Are you gonna make me the bad guy again, or are we gonna clear this up?
Well, this was going to be more than just a couple minutes just to bury the hatchet. I wanted to bring up a bunch of different things.
But you know what the thing is we already know what all of it's about. So at
No,
this
I'm
point,
not. I'm not touching on any of the stuff that was talked about already. This is going to be about the car shit.
well, that
Can you
was
hear
only.
me? Can you hear me?
I don't
Can
even
you
know
hear
who
me?
that guy is. I have no idea who you are.
Can
That's
you
you,
hear
Dizzy.
me? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Listen, we're done. Okay? We're done. If your fucking ass, the words don't come out of your mouth from your heart, I'm sorry. Okay? You're done. We're sick of your bullshit. You've been on here. This is the 3rd fucking day. I'm up to here with you, motherfucker. We're done with you. You understand me? You apologize. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Sorry, Jeff. I just had it with this motherfucker running around in circles and circles, and he's driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah, you know.
Yo, fess the fuck up. Say what you did wrong. Apologize to my brother, Jeff, or I'll fucking take care of you myself. Sorry. I apologize for that outburst.
Nope, I get it, man. I get
Fucking in the response truck and shit. You know? He's just irking the shit out of me. All right, I gotta go. I'm sorry. I seen you were having problems, and what he needs to know, we're not playing with him. This ain't a fucking game. You can come on here. Oh, if anybody says anything bad, I'm gonna leave. Yeah, fuck you, leave, and don't ever come back. We don't want to see your Hot Wheels. We don't want to see your fucking boom boxes or your ugly fucking face, bitch. And that's from you, motherfucking Dizzy. And Paul and Megan, you fuck off too, bitches.
Well, they already canceled their channel. Yeah.
Love you guys. I'll be in the chat.
Be good, Diz. Come on, Rich. You can come back. I won't bring anybody else in if you're gonna get triggered that easily. I told you, man. You gotta have thick skin.
I got to figure this shit out, though. I don't know if maybe I need to host it, or I honestly don't know what's going on. I've never had this problem, and I don't know how to stop it either.
Rich, I'm right here. Come back in. Let's talk. Me and you will talk. We don't have to. You don't have to. You got a lot of people that are upset, Rich. I'm trying to. I'm sincerely trying to help you, bud. I mean, all right, he's back.
I'm gonna see if I find some headphones or something. It says if it echoes, try wearing headphones.
And listen
I
now,
don't think.
Rich. He's here. You already heard what he said he wants to discuss with you. So nobody else will come in. You won't have to worry about that. It'll be a calm conversation. We got 27 people that have been waiting for this, that literally rearranged their whole days around this.
Hey Jeff, are you doing this off? You're doing this off your computer, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna see if I wonder if I can join on my computer. I
Oh,
should be able
absolutely.
to.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Come on, Rich. I know you're out there. Just click on the link and come back in. Let me copy it. That's just another person that's been watching you, Rich. But come on back in. There's no one else coming in, so you don't. We can get back to what the original plan was. There we go. All right, just give him a second. He's trying to get headphones so that he can listen to and be able to talk.
Yeah, that guy that popped in here, Jeff, I have no idea who the hell that is.
Just another subscriber that's been watching a long time.
Yeah, but they don't have a right to talk to somebody like that if he ain't been part of the ordeal. Calling somebody out like that. Come on, be respectful. That's why I left. And if I have it happen again, I'll do it again. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not here for that. Save the ignorant crap for somebody else.
I'll be right back.
I'm an old man. I'm not a 20-year-old.
None of us are really 20-year-olds. We're all
Now I understand that, but I'm dealing with the
30s,
people,
40s.
trying to deal with the people that I'm having the problem with, not people just randomly from the bleachers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, these are people that have been watching a long time.
That's not my fault. They could always turn it off.
How's the weather down there?
Crappy.
Yeah, same up here, boy. It's pouring.
Yeah, it's overcast here, but I'm sure it's going to downpour pretty soon. And I was going to go down to the storage facility and grab some more of my stuff, but not breathing like this, I'm not. What happened? Joe gave up?
No, I think he reset his thing. He's coming back in here. There's always got to be some kind of technical difficulty. It can never just be easy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Story of my life.
So let me ask you, Jeff, are you and I okay now or what?
Well, I'm trying to work through this stuff, Rich. I mean,
No, I mean on me and you on that level, not with everybody else involved.
well, I'm still trying to figure everything out. I mean, you're here talking, aren't you?
Yeah.
There's still a few answers, a few questions, and there's a couple things like that like for instance, we'll start like for instance with the CDL. I know a lot of people have said that
No,
you don't
it
have a
is one.
CDL.
It's one license that they are right, but when you take, well, at least when I took the test, there were different portions to it. So in other words, you had multiple questions for one section, some for another, and some for another. You know what I'm saying? My test, when I took it, it was by book. It wasn't by computer. That's how far back I go. And what they did was they changed the booklets every time you went down there, so that way you wouldn't be doing the same thing over and over again. So in other words, the questions were scrambled or they were worded different or something like that, you know? But
Yeah.
after doing it, I actually got the damn thing, and I've had it for about 30 years now. So a little over 30 years actually.
Now, on the top of your license, does it say Class B?
On my license, it does say Class B, but there's no restrictions. No restrictions means you can have air brake. In other words, you have air brake. You know what I mean? If there's a restriction, they'll tell you no air brake. And
Okay,
if you
well,
don't have a school endorsement and you don't have a passenger endorsement, then that's not really considered a CDL, because the CDL usually carries for two different types. Well, actually, there's three things. One is hazmat. That's a CDL. Then you have one that's transporting people, which could be either kids or adults. And then the other one, I don't know what they consider it for an omnibus, because I see a lot of buses that actually have plates that say omnibus on them, and they're just as big as a regular transit bus. And I don't know if that's a different license or not.
Well, listen, I got a great idea. I was thinking about this earlier. To put all this bullshit to shame, right? Why don't you pull your license up, cover up the information on it that, you know, like that's got your shit on it, but just show them, say, look at, this is my license. You can cover it up with a card. You know what I mean? It doesn't cover up the information. It says, you know, and it clearly says it on the top, and then that's done. There's no questions. Yeah. Nobody can fuck with you anymore on it.
See, I'm willing to do this, but like I said, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how we doing?
Okay, on the top it says commercial driver's license.
Yeah, let's see how this works. I'm on the computer now.
And it does say Class B.
So just put your hands over, you know, your license number and just flip it around and show it to the camera, because then that way everybody will see it. And you'll be able to let it, everybody will see it.
Hang on. I got to get some lighting in here. Lighting is bad. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's my Starlink. I'm not sure.
Okay, see the top of the license right there? It says commercial driver's license in green.
Can you go down? Can you get a little closer to it? Now back it up a little bit so we can, I can't. Can anyone say? I can't see it.
It says commercial driver's license. And then over here, you'll see it says Class B. You see it?
No, I can't.
You're not really pointing the camera at it.
Yeah, you're pointing it at the wrong card. No, move it over the other way. Other way.
Flip your mic around so you can see what the hell you're looking at.
I can't see what I'm looking at because it's only one sided camera.
Keep going over more. All right, now go. No, now go. It would go up. I can't see it.
I can't stand here holding this all day either.
I just thought of something. Hey, Jeff, why don't you put your headphones on and see if maybe everything's going through those?
Oh.
Are they on now?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again.
Nope.
Hang on a second.
I have no fucking clue. It must be something on my side, I guess. I'm not really sure.
Because if I mute let me mute my end out and see. I mean, I have no idea. It's just weird that everybody else can. I don't know.
All right, here we go again. I'm trying.
Is it muted now? I guess.
Can you see it?
No, I'm still hearing myself.
Class B?
No, I can't see it, Rich. I just can't see it.
Trust me, that's what it is, man. I'm not going to lie about that. And up top it says commercial driver's license.
Oh, I seen the top part that said commercial.
Yeah. Why would I lie about something like? What would I have to prove? What would I have to prove about that? Really, you can't make this shit up, you know? And then here you go with the passenger. Well, I gotta.
On the back of it, it should have your endorsements.
No, it's not gonna have it on not in Jersey. Jersey, it just got a barcode. That's it. No, my endorsements are on the front. It says END, P, and S. Restrictions none. Class B commercial driver's license. That's what it is. There's no reason to lie about that. I'm not going to gain anything by that. It would be so stupid, childish. I'm sure different states do it different ways. I'm not going to say they don't. I'm not going to say they do. Because I don't know, but I am aware of what's going on here. Mine does not come out like any other state, as far as I know.
How about now, Joe? Is it any better?
Probably not.
Can you hear me, Joe? Joe, can you hear me?
See, I just talked and it was like 6 seconds later. I can hear everyone, but the problem is once it's the delay, I'm talking over other people and people are talking over me. And
It sounds like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't believe I didn't put that back in my wallet.
I don't know. Of course, it's always something.
But Jeff, if the top of the license says commercial driver's license, doesn't that tell you I'm not lying?
Well, it tells me you got a commercial driver's license.
Yeah, I can't zoom in on the endorsements. The endorsements are just what I said they are. The P is for passenger and the S is for school endorsement. And there's no restrictions. So no restrictions means if you didn't take an air brake test, that would be a restriction. You would not
I'm
be
going to
able to drive a
reset
vehicle
my
with air brakes.
Starlink. Try it again. I guess that's my last ditch effort.
All right. I'll give you a few minutes. All right, we'll just give him a few more minutes, and
Was he still trying to correct it?
yeah, he's gonna restart his Starlink, and then if for some
That's got to be a
reason,
real pain in order to go through all that just in order to do a live.
yeah, it's weird. I don't understand why it's happening to him because you can hear us clear as day. Just another day in paradise.
It's raining out here. You believe this crap?
Yeah, I
You said
believe
you were
it.
getting downpours where you're at, right, Jeff?
I'm not full downpours, but it's raining. It's raining good.
It's
I just
misting
hope
up
it
here
doesn't
right
turn
now.
to ice.
We got misty rain right now up here.
Yeah, we'll just give him 1 second. I'm gonna run to the bathroom and I'll be right back.
Ted. What are you supposed to get tomorrow for weather? Shit again? Jeff?
I don't know exactly what the forecast is. I thought this was supposed to turn to snow, and we were supposed to get like 4 inches.
Oh, wow.
But you know, it's
See,
New England. All you got to do is wait a minute. I'll tell you tomorrow.
That's the main reason why I moved out of that house, because I can't do that no more, man. Up here, we get some crazy snowstorms. It'll be like, you'll think it'll be nothing. And the next morning, you'll wake up and it's like 8 inches on the ground, you know?
Yep, that's New England.
Did you send me a friend request earlier on Facebook?
No, not me.
Well, I have your last name. That much I do know. I thought maybe it was you, because there's two of the names on there. I'm not going to say your last name. It's none of anybody's business. Only people that'll know that is people you know. That's it.
Oh, well, I think everybody does know my last name, because on my account, my name, it's my full name.
Okay, well, it's McCrae then. Am I right or wrong?
McCrae. Yep, McCrae. It's Scottish, not Irish. It's MAC.
Oh, you're not Irish?
No. Well, I'm half Italian, quarter Irish, and quarter Scot.
Okay, so you're a mutt.
Pretty much.
It's like me. My mother was full-fledged Irish, descendant of royalty. My father was German and Swiss.
Frank Rizzo, Rizzo. The jerky.
How about now, Joe? Is it working?
Nope. Still all delayed.
Damn it. I tried to sit down and
Now I can't hear myself, but everybody else is delayed. Oh, fuck. Always.
Yeah, never ends. Never ends.
Oh, now I'm hearing myself again. I don't know. I give up. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe I'll have to try and host this myself or something. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe you just do it on our phones. I don't know what's going on.
Moved in half of my shit yet. Mainly because I don't have the energy for it.
I've been on plenty of live streams with this phone, and so it's it's not the phone. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. All right, well, do you guys want to, like I said, we can figure something out, and we can either do it. We can do it sometime this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend might be a better idea.
I tried one more thing. Let's see if that works.
Let me say one thing before you say anything else, Joe. Okay. I'm sorry for whatever happened. I mean it. Okay. I didn't mean to dig at you, but I was feeling that defense mechanism, and that's why I said what I said towards you. It wasn't anything personal. I don't have any malice towards you at all whatsoever. Okay. I've said millions and millions of times, I'm not an ASC certified mechanic. I just know how to put things back together. That's it. You know, and I got lucky with this. We got to the point where the car is cranking, but now we have a vacuum issue. So that's what I have to do.
Well, that's the problem. I'm just deciphering little bits of what you're saying, but that car will still run with a vacuum leak. I don't give a shit what anyone says. So that's not the problem. Your problem is you have no compression. You have if it has 90 psi, it's not going to run. Period. End of discussion.
You sound scrambled. I'm hearing parts of it and not all of it, Joe.
I heard that.
Like he said that
he said that the compression, there's no way that motor's going to run on 90 pounds of compression. It's just not enough.
All right, so we got to see what's up with the compression then. All right. Well, thanks for letting me know that. I know I will take that advice. I'll take the compression gauge and I will test every one of the damn spark plugs instead of doing just one or two. And I'll make a list on each one.
Rich, you there?
Yeah, it knocked me offline this time.
Let me. All right. So, Rich, I'm going to be honest with you. I've got to do 2 interviews with you. All right. And I've got to listen to you quite a bit. The problems that I see is that you continuously blame other things and you're having a real hard time taking ownership of the things that you've done.
Well, I take ownership for everything that I've done. You know, like I said, but you know, I mean, I'm not hearing anybody else taking ownership for what they've done. You know, like I'm not the only one. It takes two to tango. It's not one person that contributes to all of it. There's got to be another party involved where they actually start mess or try to make the person look bad. You know what I mean? And if I were sitting there wasting my time making all these videos about somebody who looked bad, that's all I'm doing. I'm spreading hate, and that's what I'm telling everybody else. And that's the way I see it.
So you're saying that I'm spreading hate? Because that's what I do.
Not right. No, not you, because you're talking to me. You know what I mean? And I can talk to you, and we're talking on a civil level where we can hear each other. We're not trying to over blurt another person. You know what I mean? We're at least obtainable upstairs. That way we can talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? As far as the videos that you have up, most of them I take as a joke because they're funny. But second of all, the thing is like you're just going by what you're hearing from other people. You know what I'm saying? And you're going by their judgment. And you don't have the full story, and I understand that. And you know, like I said, for the things that I've done with the car, yeah, I should take it out and put a 350 in there. That's a given. But I'm just so damn thick-headed in the brain that I just want to just keep trying at it, and I don't want to give up. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes I get like agitated because, you know, people are, I don't know, they're trying to give advice, but at times I'm receiving good advice and bad advice, and it's kind of hard to decipher what's what because I'm not a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? I'm just somebody that's a Joe Schmo that's putting everything back together after I took it apart. That's all. And the ways that I did it were wrong. Yeah, of course, the heads should have been machined. The engine block should have been machined. But I thought because, you know, they're cast iron heads that it wouldn't take much to get the residual of the old gasket off of there in order to put a new one on there. You don't want to do it really hard because then you put divots in the head or waves or whatever, and it'll never seat.
Rich, how come every time I say something, you gotta like go off into like a
because I'm trying to explain myself. That's all. I'm just trying to explain myself. That's all.
That's not like a defense mechanism that you
it kind of a little bit, but not all the way, because, you know, I am admitting to, you know, me not listening to some people's advice, which is a given. And, you know, I'm not a mechanic. We all know that. I'm mechanically inclined. If you know what that means that I, you know how to mess with things. The advice that was given, that was the correct advice I should have listened to, but I didn't, probably because of the fact that I didn't know what was what. All right. And every time, like, when somebody asks me something, I usually put up this big old, like, what the hell they call it, like architect's drawing of everything in order to explain myself because I don't know any other way of doing it.
Yeah.
I can't
Rich,
do what?
do you know at 55 years old, you look like a Fanuc wearing all that jewelry and the pinky rings and
I just like the jewelry. I understand that, but you know the thing is, I like having these things for myself. That's all. You know, I understand. That's why I'm not showing the necklaces and stuff like that. But you know, I've always had the thing for having some stuff for myself. That's all. And I look at it this way too. The other thing is if there's hard times that come to my way, and I need some money, it's a quick way of liquid assets. I can cash it in for money.
okay. Well, to each their own, I guess, on that one. I just feel like every time I get into something, you got to dance around it. We got to it just goes way around,
No, I'm not.
I
Not
don't know.
trying
Yeah.
to, Jeff. I don't know how another way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to get through to people. I don't communicate that well with them. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, I'm not the best speaker either, but you know, I think it's that you got to be true to yourself and you got to be a solid person. But I think, like I said, Rich, I think you have issues. And hold on a minute, I
Well,
gotta.
my issues are mainly because like I don't have enough confidence in myself on things. You know what I'm saying? Like with the car.
Yeah, that now. You got you know, Rich. In all honesty, this is my conclusion. I've watched you mock cancer. I've watched you mock people with Alzheimer's and dementia. I have watched you knock people that are trying to help you. I have tried to help you more than I should have, but I keep getting cut off. And at the end, it's always back to you. It's nobody else's problem. It's that. It's not your problem. It's their problem. And I think you need to start taking a lot of accountability for yourself and your actions and the things that come out of your mouth. Mocking people with Alzheimer's and dementia, you should be hung for that. I don't care what
No,
anyone says.
okay, let me stop you for a second. For 15 years of my life, I've dealt with a person who had Parkinson's and dementia.
But do you
I was
see
a
we're already
PCA.
now we're gonna go around again. Let's bring it back
No, I'm
around
not
and
going
let's
around again. I'm just telling you I have experienced with a person who had Parkinson's and dementia. I used to work as a PCA, a patient care associate.
yeah. Okay.
That's how I know about that.
So what does that mean?
The
What the fuck does that
Parkinson's
mean?
the Parkinson's attacks every central nervous system in your body.
Okay,
Okay?
but what's that mean?
Dementia affects your brain,
Yeah,
your
I know.
memory.
I watched my grandmother die of it. I watched it.
And I took
I
care of
know
a
about
78
Alzheimer's.
I took care of a 78-year-old that had both of those problems. And when he died, that bothered me because I took care of him for 5 years.
Yeah.
I was the one that fed him his last meal. That's horrible.
But it's okay to talk about it.
I talk about it, not make fun of it though.
You
Because
do
I
though.
know what they are. I know what happens. I don't wish
So
that
then
on
why?
anybody. I would never wish somebody to have any of that kind of stuff. Cancer or Parkinson's or dementia or any of that. None of it. That's not me. I talk about it because like it's something I've dealt with.
Hold on a second. I'm just trying to.
And the family that I dealt with as far as that person is concerned, they were very well involved in either political or they were like a mayor or a lawyer or a judge or something like that. They were not somebody that was like me, Joe Schmo. Okay.
But again, what is that?
I learned
What does
a
that
long
got to
time
do with
ago.
anything?
All right. Well, this is the thing. This is the difference between me and the person that I was working under. Okay. The person under turned around and the guy's wife asked him if he could put a couple flowers in the garden by the driveway. And he turned around and he said, I'm not here to put your flowers in your driveway. I'm here for your husband only. She was his wife. Okay, so you have to have a little bit of humility and humanity and be nice to both parties because they're both involved here. He can't pay you.
Again, what the fuck does this have to do with the question that I asked you? What? Can you even remember the question that I asked you? Huh? Can you remember the question that I just asked you? But then we had to take a thing and then people putting flowers.
No, you think that I'm making fun of somebody because they have Parkinson's dementia. I'm not doing that.
You did it. Well, you said it about Brian Cabral.
I said it to him because he actually puts videos smearing me and my character, and he does it ass backwards. He doesn't tell anybody the right story.
Wait a minute. I'm going to tell you something right now. I've watched Brian Cabal's videos.
Yeah.
And
watched him make hate videos about me.
But he doesn't. And then
that's all he does, is waste his time with somebody else.
I guess I'm on hold.
You go do that. Let me go waste my time and talk shit about somebody else and smear their character and their damn name all over the place. Spread more hate videos.
I don't think they're hate videos. He's just pointing out simple, easy, observable things.
Well, see, you see it one way, which is understandable. Like you said, everybody has a right to their opinion. And I see it from a personal point, which bothers me because...
But he doesn't even swear or nothing. I've never, ever once seen him get, like, unhinged at all in any of his videos. He's cool, calm, and collective.
Well, people deal with things different ways. You can't compare somebody else to someone else. We're not all alike. Everybody's different, Jeff.
Some can be saved and some can't. I don't know, Rich. I don't even know.
I just think I'm just going to drop YouTube, period, and get it over with. Get off of social media, period. I'm done with this. Because it's not going to clear up. Nobody's going to change. It's like everybody's telling me I don't have a right to my own opinion in the way I think. But it's okay for them to have the opinion and the thought track the way they think. So it's okay for the goose, but it's not good for the gander. That's what I'm getting out of this.
Okay. Well, here's my suggestion.
I may have done what the car may have been wrong. So what? Sue me about it. It's my car. If I screw it up, that's my problem. If I take advice from somebody, that's great. If it works in that favor, then I will tell the person, hey, thank you for helping me out. But if they're going to sit there and scramble, and there are people out there that will literally try and make you screw up your car because they don't like what you have, or they're jealous of what you have, or what you don't have, or whatever the case may be. And you can believe that, or you don't have to.
Well, you know what, Rich? Again, at the end of the day, we just keep running around in circles. I'm going to be honest. I don't believe a fucking word that comes out of your mouth. I really can't, because you just keep going back.
And I can't believe a word that comes out of anybody else's mouth, because they all pull the same crap. They continue to do the same garbage. They're not interested in burying a hatchet. They're not interested in letting it go. They're not interested in trying to help somebody out. They're only trying to make more problems. And if you can't talk to somebody and you can't reach them up in the brain, then there's no sense in talking to them, period. And if that's the way you feel about me, then okay. I can't.
Well,
help that.
I think you should just get off YouTube and focus on your health issues and yourself and get yourself better.
Yeah, ultimately, that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting off of here. I'm not, I mean, it hasn't done me any good for years anyway. All it's done is bring me more malicious garbage that I need to shake a stick at, you know? People don't think the same way I do. Well, hey, you know, you're entitled to think the way you do. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. That's your mind. That's what makes you different than me. But I am also, in turn, entitled to the way I think. And the things that were said to me were not me making them up or conjuring them up, like the license, like the stint, you know, that kind of stuff was told to me by somebody else. Whether it's the truth, whether it's wrong, don't kill the messenger for what the goose said. But, you know, like I said, it's not going to change. Nobody's going to do things differently. I can see that right now. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying I'm getting off of YouTube. I'm getting off of all social media. I want nothing to do with it anymore.
Yeah, that'd probably be your best bet, Rich.
Yeah, that's going to be my best bet because I can't deal with people that can't, you know, rationalize, or you can't reach them in the brain, or, you know, everything you say is wrong and everything you do is nuts, and everything you do is stupid and all that other crap. You know, I'm not a child, you know, but I did do a couple things that are wrong and I'm admitting to it, but that's not good enough for anybody. People sit there and bash my name all over the damn place. I got like 5 different people sitting there bashing me by putting up videos that are nasty towards me. And they say everything in the damn book, but nobody puts a word on that shit. You know, it's always about what I did. They're not taking accountability for what they did. And we got about 5 people that have done that to me, but I don't hear one single apology coming from any of them. So in that case, I don't need to be on here with a bunch of hatred, with people having hatred towards me and trying to smear my character, you know, defaming who I am, and, you know, just sitting there talking smack about me all day long. Like that person that came on here, I don't even know who the hell that was. I have no clue. No idea. They just randomly came on there and started smearing more garbage, calling me a mother effer and you're done and whatever. I can end it myself. I don't have to have somebody else end it for me.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, listen, Rich, I'm going to wrap this up. You know, like I said, focus on, I'd focus on, you know, getting yourself, you know, maybe some counseling, and you get your health
I
issues
don't
and
need no
all.
counseling, man. I think people need to be counseled for what they've done on here, smearing me with all these videos.
So you've done nothing.
Oh, I've done some
You're
things.
getting,
I've done things
listen,
in
you're
return
getting
for
a
what
little
they've done to me.
fucking cocky. Hey, you're getting a little cocky, and I don't like it. You motherfucker. 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 And then you dip out like a bitch. Arrgh! Guys, I was trying so hard, but I'm done trying. I'm done. I don't want. I don't want to talk no more to him. I'm done. I'm just done. Fucking, you gonna run your mouth? You were starting to get an ad like you, and then you fucking run away. Unbelievable. And I kept letting him do it. You know, I kind of feel like I should have just raked in, but I wanted to try. Motherfucker. Boy, somebody grew some balls there real quick. Well, guys, I apologize to the people that had to fucking redo their afternoon about this. Don't end it yet. All right, we're going to have Diz come back in. Hold on a minute. Let me invite. Oh, you want to go around two? Oh,
Nope,
look who
say what you
popped
gotta
back.
say. Say
No,
what you gotta
I'll
say.
tell you what I got to say. You're a fucking cocksucker. You're sitting there acting like a tough guy. You're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking bitch. Rich, look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. You motherfucker. I have a half a mind to hop in my truck and drive down to New Jersey. You could start shooting your fucking mouth off to me. Who the fuck do you think you are? You
And who the hell do they think
cocksucker.
they are?
No,
Who the
I
fuck
don't
do
want to
they
hear
think
who
they
they
are?
who they're fucking people that have been watching you, Rich, that are
That
sick
have
of
been
your
also
fucking
sitting there
bullshit.
smearing my name and talking shit
Fuck
about me too.
smearing your name. Come on. What fucking name is there to smear? What are you, some fucking high fucking You fucking no one. You're a
No,
nobody.
I'm just like anybody else here, but you don't need to sit there and talk shit to me like that either. It's just as bad as me doing it.
Motherfucker. You getting all defensive. Oh, what are you smoking now? I'm bringing my brother back in on the stage. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Don't worry, I will be deleting my account. It will be gone. That's the end of it. I'm done with this.
You gotta
So one
grow
thing
up
that
and
people have
take.
showed me
You
here is
need
that
to
they can't
grow
be
up.
talked to.
You need
Can't be
don't
reached. They
fucking.
can't grow up themselves.
Whoa! What the fuck are you talking about? Look at
Let
me.
me go
Stop
spend all
looking.
my channel.
Stop
Let me go on my
fucking.
channel and
Stop
spread hate
looking
videos
around,
about them all
smoking your
day long.
fucking cigarette, you cocksucker, and look at me in my
Let me
face.
go and spread
Look at
hate
me.
videos about them
Look
all
at
day long
me.
and make them look bad.
Look at me.
I'm not looking at you. I'll look wherever the hell I
motherfucker.
want. It's a free country.
Yeah, that's right. It's a free country. You're a ballless fucking pussy. That's what you are.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you don't give a shit. Diz, you're on.
You don't talk about the other people that are talking shit and everything else. You sit there pinpointing me for everything.
Pinpoint you. What are you talking
Just
about?
what you've done. Just what you've done.
And everybody else has done too. They're all responsible
You're
as
a
well.
liar, bro.
They don't want to take
No,
accountability for their
You
actions.
don't even have the
What
balls to
you
look me in the
did.
face.
What you did. I want to hear it out of your mouth that you apologized to my brother Jeff for all the
Well,
fucking
I've
shit
already
you said
admitted what
about
I've
him.
done. I've done the engine wrong.
Listen,
You know, I've gotten bad information
shut
from
your
people.
mouth. Shut up.
You know, I'm
Shut up.
sorry for what I've done.
Shut
but
up.
nobody
This
else
ain't
is,
your
so.
show. This
Man.
isn't. Yo, mute that motherfucker. Mute that motherfucker.
Look at this fat fuck laughing. I mean,
You see what he does? You see what he does, Austin? When a fucking guy, a real man, comes up to confront him, he runs like a little bitch.
Exactly. That's all he is a bitch. He ain't about
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, Jeff, he's turning this into his show. This is not his show. This is your show, our show, the people's show. And we, if you're going to go around in circles, you're going right the fuck out the door. We don't care about you, your stupid fucking car, your gay fucking Hot Wheels, your fucking senior citizen free food. I don't give a fuck about your breath, bro. shut your mouth, end your YouTube, and be done with it. Or we're coming at you hard. You think you've been through shit now? Come on now. Come on, Walmart. Come on. We'll get you everywhere you go.
Motherfucker wouldn't even look me in the face. Fucking sitting there like this. You cocksucker. What a
Dude,
fucking...
I was
Hey,
in the middle.
whoa, hold up. Give me a second. I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
I think it was my YouTube playing in the background.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed now. God damn, that was pissing me off.
Yeah.
I get fucking irritated as shit. Like, then he just kept trying to tell me, oh, you know, I've dealt with this. I know what this is. Like, fuck, dude, shut the fuck up. Let me finish what the fuck I'm doing. Let me figure it out. Like, you don't know what's going on. So
he's not worth any one of our times. My objective from this point on is anything that I see from him anywhere, it's being saved and you know, going into the archive. I'm all done with him. I know where he is. I've already, like, he doesn't understand. He's worried about Jeff and Fasting and Austin. When you got the whole world watching you, cocksucker, and you mess with the wrong people, you don't know who's coming at your door, who's going to meet you at the gas station 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, you don't know who's going to be there. Shut your pie hole, end your fucking show, and that's it. You know, that's what we're here to say. This is day 3. 3 strikes, you're out. You gave us no fucking answers. 0 we got from him. And this is a real fucking man standing here. A real guy.
Oh, what am I? What am I?
No, what he was saying, I'm just saying, he said, he said, I don't know who this fucking guy is. You know why? Because you're a loser. Only good guys know good guys. Fucking asshole. He totally got under my skin, man.
Oh, I mean, at the end,
I'm glad it takes me a lot to get worked up. Like, I mean, somebody could sit there and fucking run their fucking cocksucker. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't really bother me.
Joe, I have let him talk for 3 days. 3 days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wish I could have. I wanted to bring up all the car shit. The fucking, what was it? The the oil viscosity, no compression, all that. Like, where the fuck do you come up with this shit in your mind? Where does it say that anywhere on the internet? Who is promoting that?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I wanted to touch on the car shit because we're touching on his narcissism and his repetitive shit that he comes up with, where he always has to feel like he has to defend himself instead of just owning up to it.
You know, this is what I'm saying. If he could have just been fucking. Oh, there we go. Hold on.
Because you ask him a question, and then he feels like he needs to give you some long spiel about why he did those things. He's trying to justify his reasoning for saying that shit.
To me,
he's trying to put it off on everyone.
When he does that, it's this. The only way he knows to start the circle is to mention the car, the valves, the compression of he's got to get back. Oh, those guys said this. Listen, he's totally avoiding the root responsibility of this situation. Yeah.
What about the valve release piston?
Yeah, there was that. I was going to bring that up too. I actually have a set of. Well, here, I'll go out here right now. They're out of my 302 that I pulled apart. They're a flat top, no relief piston. But I was gonna bring that because I have basically I can show him everything in real time. Let's see.
Guys, I apologize, but I just, it was like hitting a nerve. I couldn't. The way he was sitting there with smoking a cigarette, I couldn't. You can only take so much.
There you go, right there.
Yep.
But anyways, like talking about, showed him about the rod end caps. He says, "Oh, you can just swap them over." No, this whole area. Oops, I can't split the camera around when I'm on the StreamYard, but the whole large end of the rod here is machined for each rod by themselves. You can't just swap ends and go with it. He was saying in a video, oh well, I took one from another engine or something that some guy had, and I put it on. No, you may have, and you may have gotten lucky, but that's not the correct way of doing it.
I wish I had,
Notice, Jeff, that when he wasn't getting play.
Say it again.
Did you notice, Jeff, when you weren't like giving in to him and you started pressing him, he got all defensive and mad when shit wasn't going his way? It was he got mad.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If it's not going his way, he gets defensive, and he has to come up with reasonings why he's trying to defend himself instead of just owning up and saying, "Hey, okay, I'm a dumbass, or I fucked up, or whatever." But he tried to, like, mediocrely, I guess you could say, try to say, "Oh well, I have a little bit of blame." Well, I mean, a lot of it's to blame. I mean, we're not here in this situation because he's only partially to blame.
Well, think about it. He wants to blame all of us, but when it about having heart attacks, cancer, said racist shit on live, that's none of us. That's him.
Yeah, well, I mean, anyone should know when you put your face out on social media that you're open to the world for ridicule and potentially what's
Trolls.
well, trolls. I mean, ridicule. I guess same thing. But you put yourself out there, your name. That's it's your. You think of it as like a business or why am I drawing? It's at the tip of my tongue. That you're putting your character out there for everyone to see and basically give their opinion on. Because I mean, it can make or break you. Like if there's people who go out there, they're they're really popular or whatever, and then they say Sarah Marbles, if you know, I don't know if you know, she's some former YouTuber, but they found some blackface or some shit she did like fucking ancient 10 year 12 13 14 years ago. Her ass got fucking canceled because of it. I'm not a huge fan of the cancel culture, but you have to, your past can come back to haunt you with this shit. You got to understand that when you put shit out on the internet, it's out there forever.
Yep. Well, too, and another thing, look at all the people that were trying to help him. He was putting down. I've met a lot of good, smart people. I got them right here on the panel. Guys that know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Look I got a problem. Hey, guys, I'm working on this motor. This is what my problem is. Can you give me any suggestions? Boom. Done. Right?
Yeah. And that's the thing is he would ask for help and then he would ignore everyone. Say, oh, well, people are giving me bad information. Well, you asked for help. So do you want the help or do you not want the help?
Well, and he was saying to me too that he was during lives, people they'd be commenting and it was just like, all words to him, and he was getting confused and flustered.
Well, that's why I was telling Jack the other day on the phone, I really believe he has a learning disability where he has a hard time taking in what people tell him. He has it stuck in his own mind, his own way of thinking, and he can't understand when somebody tries to tell him something. He has it set, whatever is his one track mind, he's set in his ways, and he cannot learn from anybody else trying to help him.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
It's like a mind block.
Yeah.
But he still knows right from wrong.
So, I mean, no, is anything going to change? Probably not. But, he did it to himself, a lot of this. I've had people comment on my lives or whatever. I read them and I don't even reply, because if you don't reply, they really have nothing to stand on.
And listen, too, a lot of people, it could be they're just trying to break your balls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, it doesn't even bother me. Like sometimes I'll reply, but I mean, If it's something that I think would be irritating, then I would just don't even respond to it. But I mean, I don't mind. Like I can bust balls with the best of them. I mean, I don't get offended real easy. The only shit that really offends me is like somebody was on Facebook was talking shit about my fucking mom's car and oh, it's a slow ass Mustang, piece of shit, oh, she red lit or whatever. So I was like, fuck you, you piece of shit Canadian, because it was some fucking Canadian guy. So there's shit like that gets under my skin. But I mean, you can say as much shit to me as you want, because I know most people aren't going to fucking say it to my face. So, I mean, the internet empowers people to be fucking tough guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think, too, he thought that he was going to get viewers and subscribers now that we're going to go over to his channel and watch his shit, by being on here. I think that was kind of his thought process, like that he would some way. I don't know.
I don't know what he's thinking either. I just, like I said, I wanted to bring up all the car shit because Austin,
I know.
Austin and you already had talked about all of his other emotional issues and his using racist terms and his, making, whether it was an actual lie or he really thought in his head that he had a stand up, which we know is not true. But even if he thinks in his head for a second that was true, it's just all bullshit. Where the fuck was I going with that? Fuck.
I know it sucks.
I would have just wanted him to actually try and reach through him and understand and have him understand what people are trying to tell him. But he just seems like he's unreachable. I think he's at that age where, you're 55 years old. You've been set in your ways for so long. It doesn't matter. You can beat it into his head with a mallet and he wouldn't change.
Well, you would have said to him, something about, what he was doing, and then he would have jumped onto something else.
Well, yeah, or he would have beat around it, made an excuse. Well, because somebody else told me, just like the whole distributor thing about, well, I had somebody else mess with the distributor. Now it doesn't run. Well, it didn't really run before. He'd sit there and crank and crank and crank and crank and crank, and it'd cough and sputter and run for 30 seconds and shut down. But the whole time it was running for that 30 seconds, it was rattling and clanking, and it sounded like shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it could have never ran when he first got it and it ran. There's no way the tops of those pistons were busted off. Something happened when he was messing with it or whatever, that they don't just break off like that. It would have been running with a terrible miss, and it would have been banging and making all sorts of fucking clatter because it would have pushed the top of that piston right into the valves. Exactly. And that thing, when he first started up, whenever his first video was, when he got it running the first time, it didn't sound the greatest, but it was sitting
Hold
there.
on now, Rich is in here. Rich, do you want to have? He's got just questions about the cars. I'll stay completely out of it because we've had what we've had to say, but he wants to talk to you about your car. Are you interested in doing that? Because I see you're in the comment section. Let me send you an invite, and like I said, you guys can.
I just want him to understand that where I don't know where he comes up with viscosity in the car not running. How that you could put fucking water in an engine and it would goddamn run for 30 seconds. Obviously you'd be tearing it up, but I mean, hell, there was a guy who, what is it? The Manic Mechanic, I think is what his name is. And, he put, what the fuck was it?
All right. He's coming on.
He put like aloe vera or something in this Briggs and Stratton, and he ran it for like an hour before it finally blew up. So yeah, like I want to know, like, where did you come up with, oil viscosity and losing compression?
It sounds like pinging.
Well, everyone else can hear me.
Jeff, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, because
You sound
when
good
he's
on my
talking,
end.
all right, now try, Joe, because I couldn't hear you before.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
So I want to know where you got in your mind that oil viscosity has anything to do with compression. I want to decipher this. I'm trying to figure out in your mind where you got some of these nut job ideas about why your car doesn't run.
Okay, it's not compression. What it was is it called a wash. In other words, it washed the gas and the oil mixture together, washed past the rings, which
That's
lessened compression.
that. No, I mean there was already issues before. See, you didn't even hone that cylinder when you put those pistons in, did you? You just put them right in. See, and right
Exactly.
there, that's a big no. I mean,
Okay,
at the
well, then
very
I admit that. I
least.
did that.
So there's a lot of things you did wrong, and
Yeah,
people were trying to help you. Jeff
I
from
didn't
Two
lap the
Hacks and
valves,
Nolan have both tried to help you. And
Joe. I didn't lap the valves either. The ones
yeah,
that I
I
put in
already know
there.
that. You've mentioned that. So there's a lot of things you did wrong, and then you're making up excuses to why it doesn't run. And they're all there, and they're all related to you
Me not being
not
able to
wanting to
do
spend
it.
money or being cheap or not understanding or whatever when people have tried to help you.
And that's why they told me to take the engine out and just put a 350 in it, which is probably what I'm going to do.
Exactly. You need to get an engine that runs and put it in and don't touch it, because
Right.
you say yes, you're not ASC certified. I'm not ASC certified,
Neither
but
am I.
I'm going to go to the extent to say you're not even mechanically inclined.
Exactly.
Because if you were, the thing would go together and it would have been fine. But you have a hard time understanding how mechanical things like an engine works. If you did, it wouldn't have taken you 50 times to adjust the valves, which it's probably all out of whack still. It's as simple as EOIC is what it is. Intake opening, exhaust closing. The cam has to be on the base circle. Then you can set your preload or your lash if you have a solid lifter cam.
So in other words, what you're saying is both the intake and the exhaust have to be closed in order for you to set to adjust
No,
the valves.
nope,
No.
nope.
Okay. Then what are you saying?
The cam, whatever. So let's say your intake cam is open. So when it starts to open, you adjust the exhaust valve.
Which is the one right next to it.
Correct. Once, because that'll be on the base circle of the cam. The base circle is the bottom side of the lobe.
Lowest point of the cam, right?
Yeah, which is called the base circle. That's another thing. If you want to be taken seriously, you need to understand terminology, and saying valve release pistons and making it like, oh, it's not a big deal, it's just the way I say it. You're going to get laughed off the stage.
Right.
It's valve relief, and that's the term it's always been for the past 100 fucking years.
The other ones were called flat tops. They didn't have any valve.
Yeah, they're a flat top, no valve relief. It's basically, I just showed a piston out of my 302 that's the same way, but it has a very slight dish on it. But the thing is, too, like Jack's mentioned, you can't just put two different sets of pistons.
Joe, I can't hear you. It's pinging again. All right, this has got to be my phone. It can't be anything with you guys, because I know it took you forever just to get your computer set up in the area that I was in.
Well, it was because YouTube was playing in the background, and that's why I was hearing myself. I didn't realize that, because when you pull up StreamYard, it pulls you out of YouTube. But I didn't think to go back into YouTube to shut it off. Once I did that, while everyone was talking here, I figured it out.
Yeah, but every once in a while you ping when I'm listening to you when you're talking, like it sounds like a digital disruption. I don't know if it might be my phone, you know?
I don't know. Nobody else has said anything, so. But anyways, back to the car shit. So the next thing is talking about, you had other older videos which I had posted clips of, where you were saying oh, you want to talk to somebody about doing body work and painting, look to this guy. And I look at your car and I mean it's laughable. I mean, it's, yeah, you have paint on it, rattle can paint, but I mean that's like the shittiest fucking paint you can put on a car. And then you got pop riveted panels on it. You look down the side, it has more waves than the fucking Pacific.
I can't hear half this. See, look, he keeps getting booted off, Jeff. Everybody's booted off and then coming back on. Even Austin's getting booted off and coming back on. I see it buffering.
We can hear everybody.
Yeah, I can hear you guys loud and clear.
Jeff, I was just getting pissed off. That's all. It had nothing to do personally with you. And I'm looking at you right in your face. It had nothing to do with personally you. It's just me getting pissed off. That's it.
That's I said in the comments too. You need to go see a counselor. Use some of that money. Go see a counselor and explain to them.
Why is this phone doing this?
Tell them about the shit that's going on in your life and your feelings and shit. And maybe they can give you some advice. Whether you take that advice or not is all on you. But
right,
you need to talk to somebody who is capable of listening to you and understanding and giving you better advice than, none of us are counselors. So, I mean, I can only tell you.
Well, you think I have the problem with the 57's engine right now. You still think it'll run, but you think it's a compression problem?
Oh, it guarantee you need to do a compression test on all 8 cylinders with no oil, and then and come back. If they're more than 15% off of each other, it's done.
Right.
And if any are down at 90 psi or even around 100, that's not good. That thing, I actually just for the hell of it looked up specs. Supposedly, if an original 283 of that era should be at like 160 pounds of compression.
How many pounds of compression?
160.
160?
Yeah. So if it's down at like even like
65 years old.
So that doesn't matter.
Really?
My fucking my Lincoln Mark 7 has a little over 100,000 miles on it. It's an 87. So it's
pretty much what I should do is take the heads off and have them machined and have the head machined.
No, that whole engine needs to be pulled out and rebuilt. It needs to be all re-ringed. You need to put all the new pistons in it. If not, it's more than likely going to need to be bored out, probably 30 over.
All right. So I'll have to have the cylinders honed out. I'll have to have the heads machined. I'll have to have the block machined. But what about the rod bearings? They're fine.
I would have the rods gone, looked through and reconned because they're probably out of round.
It might be the main bearings. Maybe the main bearings might need to be replaced.
Yeah, you're going to replace all that when you rebuild it anyways. The whole thing needs to be gone through is the bottom line. It's never going to run right the way it is, period. You'll be fucking around for the next 20 years.
I'm not being ignorant, Joe. I can't hear you. It's like for some reason this phone sounds like a pinging video game. Like I hear pieces of what you're saying, but the rest of it gets like pinged out.
I don't know, man. I mean, everyone else, Austin, you can hear me, right?
I hear you just fine.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
I don't know if it's my phone or if it's the area or what.
Well, it's got to be on your end because it's not doing it on it. No one. Well,
I mean, I'm confused on what the fuck cylinder has to do with compression when you're talking about that.
Well, I mean, it's more than just the cylinder heads. I mean, he's probably losing compression through the cylinder heads because of the valve jobs wasn't done. So he's losing it through the seat because it wasn't even lapped in at the very least. So then you got the 2 mismatched pistons that were put in without it being honed at the very least to get some crosshatch on there. It's probably that cylinder wall is probably glazed all hell.
Let me interrupt you just for a minute because you just do it's the same thing. It's just pinging and everything. So get the cylinders honed out. Get all the same type pistons, not flat tops and valve, whatever. You know, I can't get
Yeah.
the word right. You know, I'm going to say the wrong one again. But get all the same type pistons. The rings I know how to put on. You can't put them right open with the open because they'll just run the oil right through.
No, you
So
can. That's all a myth. You can literally throw the rings on in any fucking pattern. They spin while it's running. They don't stay in place. If they did, the whole cylinder wall would be fucking no. They spin while it's running.
And everything that you just said, nothing came through. Nothing that you just said came through. It just bing, 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 bing.
Why don't
bing,
you
bing,
try
bing,
clicking out? Why don't you try clicking out and coming back in?
No, I'm not trying. I'm not covering the mic up with my hand.
That's
I
not
have it
what
open.
was said.
No, I
See,
said.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking I'm hearing. Because it's so
hold on.
bad.
I think he needs to get some hearing aids too.
Let me.
I mean, I wonder if you even check bore taper before you even slap.
Yeah, that's another thing. Bore tape. I mean, it's not going to matter because the whole thing needs to be rebuilt anyway. So bore taper is kind of really irrelevant at this point. But yeah, I mean,
Or even did you check ring in gap, or did you just throw new rings on the piston, throw them in?
yeah. See, that's what he said. He says he's mechanically inclined, but he doesn't even know the basics. So, I mean, I wouldn't even call him mechanically inclined. I would say that he's basically a newbie. And he knows how to change oil, and do a tune-up. And anything outside of that, he is way outside his realm.
I mean, basically going to argue with everybody when he thinks he's right. I mean,
You're really quiet on your end. I don't know. I think you're just too far away from your mic.
I said he just likes arguing with people. I mean,
Yeah.
you tell him something, he don't listen.
Well, yeah, and that's like I said. I think that's his like embedded. What's that, Jeff?
Oh no, I was just.
I thought you said something. So I think that's his defense mechanism. Like he automatically just defaults to like getting defensive about shit and like having to explain himself.
Exactly. How are you going to learn though if you can't just shut up for 5 seconds and hear people out?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what I'm missing in these comments.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them.
Oh, Jeff's in here. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit going on. It's not just one thing with that damn engine. Like he literally needs to buy a known running engine and throw it in there. I mean, I'm talking like complete with fucking carburetor and intake. Don't even fuck with anything. Throw it in there. Unbolt the bell housing, the converter, pull it out, swap the flex plate over, whatever. Put it back in and fucking get in it and drive the motherfucker and do not touch it. And if he needs to work on it, he needs to take it to someone until he understands what the hell he's doing, because he's causing more damage than if you had just left it alone.
Well,
Two Hacks Garage said I've told him this shit 5 million times.
Yeah, I know. And Nolan's told him it too. Nolan's went to the point of making videos for him. And it just right over his head. And that's fine. You've said yourself, you're not a mechanic, you're not really into, you don't really do cars, the basics.
Yeah, I'm not by any means.
And that's fine, but don't be a fucking poser and act like you know a lot when you don't.
Right, exactly.
That's the whole problem. That's how all this shit started. That's where John Wilburn and the No Name Nationals and Will and Dave and whatever, they all tried to help him originally. He burned his bridge with Wilburn and everyone else, and then Dave and Will tried to stick up for him, and then he burned the bridge with them. I guess, I don't talk to Will anymore. He obviously has some kind of issue with me, probably because of my politics. So whatever, I don't talk to him anymore. But I know from what he had said previously that Rich he had his phone number and he was blowing his phone up fucking late at night and texting him. Why aren't you answering? I know you're not at work or whatever. Like, just like blowing his phone up. And he's claiming that, oh, well, I never did anything to those guys to upset them. Well, I mean, I'm not making that up. That's what I was told. So, you can't just be blowing somebody's. I guess. Well, Jeff's in here. I guess I had heard that he was blowing Jeff's phone up too while Jeff was on vacation with his wife. Maybe he can, give his 2 cents on that in the comments. So that's what I had understood.
2 hacks, he was.
Yeah, he was. So, I mean, there you go. Proof is in the pudding.
And another thing, you don't want mismatched pistons. If you have valve relief, you want valve relief. If you have flat top, you want flat top.
Well, yeah, and it's just for the sheer fact of, the weight of the pistons are going to be different. So you want to at least, have a balanced set. Even if you're building a stock engine and you're not actually going and balancing the whole rotating assembly, you still want the same pistons in there. Not to mention it's going to throw the compression off a little bit as well. And I mean, I don't know so much on a small block Chevy, but I know there's going to be different compression heights for different pistons, depending on whatever, the application is. But, that's something you have to take into consideration too when you're buying pistons.
Yeah. And if you have all 8, why not put all 8 in? Why just stop with 2?
I think it's just because he doesn't know any better. I mean, I literally think that he can't grasp that. I mean, you clearly look at it. I could look at it and be like, nah, I ain't doing that. I mean, this isn't Pakistan. We're not, trying to just shove shit together so we can get down the road. But honestly, you got to hand it to those fuckers. I mean, they can literally turn shit into a diamond because that's just them, and that's they don't have any other resources. So they're sitting there throwing cylinder heads into a fucking pit of like coal and whatever, getting the cylinder heads hot and then knocking like the valve seats out of them and doing valve. That's crazy. But you'd think that archaic shit wouldn't work. But I mean, they make it work. Now, do they last for very long? I don't know. I don't live over there, but I couldn't imagine they're probably always consistently being rebuilt because of the condition. When you build something in the dirt, don't expect it to last very long.
Right. Right.
I wish I could have went out to the shop and because I have another engine. My 400's partially pulled apart. I wanted to show more on that too, but I still have to actually pull the crank pulley off. But I wanted to show him the timing chain because he still doesn't understand that. He doesn't realize he's talking about dot to dot. It doesn't really matter because it takes 2 rotations of the cam to 1 of the crank. So you can put it 12 and 12. You spin it around again, you're back dot to dot. So it's just shit. He can't grasp that because he's never built engines or been around anyone who's built anything.
He wants to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm ASC certified. Well, you ask questions. Like Fast Thing, I'm not a Ford guy. I'm just now getting a Ford. Fast Thing's my Ford guy. If I have a question, I have Dad text him or I text him. I mean, there's no harm in asking.
And I mean, I'm by all means no genius. Like, I mean, I know my way around engines and whatnot and cars, but I mean, there's obviously guys that know a lot more than me. Hell, I mean, I'd probably say Jeff 2 Hacks probably knows more than me. He actually had a really good video I commented on. It was about what the hell was that thing? It was some kind of gauge. I'd have to go back and watch a video. It was it was like, I said, oh, you could use that to check the thickness of cylinder walls, or sorry, not cylinder walls, the ports on a cylinder head when you're porting them. It was like a god damn it, it's like a depth, some kind of depth gauge. Or yeah, he'll probably chime in again if he's still in there. It's a video he has. I'd have to go back and look at it, but it was some electronic tool thing that he was talking about, but it made perfect sense. I mean, but no, I mean, I have a lot of cars and this and that, but I mean, realistically, they're all fucking shit. I mean, they're all projects, and it's been that way for a while because I have a $2,500 a month house payment, plus I have, you know, car insurance on 2 cars, and you know, other bills, you know, the whole fucking living life shit. So yeah, while I make good money, a lot of it goes back into just paying my house payment. Yeah, the sonic tester.
Yeah.
And I watch Jeff from Jax. He's very knowledgeable, and I enjoy his content.
Yeah. I mean, I look up to guys like Steve Morris, where, you know, if he was like, hey, I'll hire you, you know, you could work for $15. If I didn't have any bills, I'll hire you for, you know, as an apprentice or whatever for like $10, $15 an hour. I would quit my shit and go work for him just so I could get the knowledge.
Yeah. Knowledge is power. You're never too old to start learning.
And, you know, what that guy does is even Daniel Powell, which I don't know if any of you guys know him, but I know Jeff probably does. But Daniel Powell, he's a really known on YouTube, at least. I don't know about outside of YouTube, but he's a cam grinder. He also used to grind flat tappet lifters. And then he said there was no money in it, so he sold the machine, and which is kind of a bummer because it'd be nice for some of these engines that don't have roller capabilities to have somebody who can regrind these piece of shit comp cam lifters that are ground incorrectly. So, and he has a video from like a year ago where he explains all that, and he puts the lifter that came from comp and then the lifter that he reground, and you could clearly see the difference. There's a lot of trash in the crown, and just you could just scratches, and it wasn't even ground right. But I mean, these are things like nobody thinks of this shit, or at least nobody used to think about that. They just buy a set of lifters and throw them in, and there you go. There was no guesswork in it. You just basically threw them in and did your thing, and you went. You could throw a cam in and not have to worry. Now you got to check everything because just quality's gone down the shitter. Nobody cares about their product. That's why I want to get into 3D printing and maybe CNC machining, but I have to play my cards right because I can't quit my job to go back to school and be able to make my house payment. So I'm gonna move some things around and whatever. But if I can go back to school to learn CNC programming, then I want to come back and I want to be able to design some stuff for cars that you know, people will want a quality product. Now we'll see how that plays out, but it's a thought in my mind that I would like to get towards.
Before my phone goes spastic again, I just want to say, honestly, to everybody here, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize for acting like a total asshole and treating people like shit and blocking them and stuff like that. I'm sorry. Okay? I will be deleting this because, I mean, there's no reason for me to be on here. Apparently, I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, and it's not worth it for me to be on here because I'm having more and more people hate me because of my actions. So that's it.
Well, you just need to listen, and you have a listening issue where somebody tells you something and you either think they're immediately lying to you, or, you know, there's no truth to it, or you know more than they do. And that's where the problem lies. And that's how we got a lot to this point.
Yeah.
You just need to understand that, guy. I suggest you go talk to a counselor, and maybe they can help you understand more about how you're coming off to people. Like you sound condescending when you say okay after everything. Okay. Like you're talking to a child.
Okay.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Joe.
So, while none of this changes the past, you can only change what's going forward. So,
Right.
if you want to stay on YouTube, whatever, but don't bullshit people. If you're going to leave YouTube, get the fuck off YouTube.
Right.
Exactly. Stop
If you're not, don't just stop right there. Don't even fucking say it, because, if you say it and you end up back on YouTube here in a week, we're all going to be grilling you again.
Yeah.
So, and I don't, it's honestly, this, like, I have better things to do with my time than worry about what the fuck you're doing,
Exactly. Yep.
But
Everybody has their own
the,
life.
the thing is you're out here on a social media platform putting yourself out there. You shouldn't be trying to bullshit people. Like, I don't like people who promote bullshit products. There, some of these big guys out there, I'm not going to go naming names or whatever, but they're promoting products, as commercials basically for shit that doesn't work. And they've sold their souls to the devil to promote this shit because they get a buck out of it.
I know
And
what you're saying.
I
And
would
then
never promote anything that I didn't actually believe in myself.
and those so-called companies don't promote themselves. They need somebody else to do it for them.
Some do, some don't.
Right.
But all I'm saying is you need to look within and listen to what other people are saying and hear them out. Take notes. Go back and listen to the live stream and listen to what they said, or go back and read the comments or whatever.
Right.
Go read a fucking book. There's millions of books on how to fucking build an engine.
Yeah, I should have known better. I have the shop manual for that car.
The problem is the shop manual doesn't really tell you how to build an engine. Like, it
True.
shows you torque specs and clearances and whatnot. It's not going to tell you how to use a dial bore gauge or, whatever. Like, it's not going to tell you all the things on how to build an engine. It's just going to give you specs for the most part.
If you can get it from that, then great. If you can't, then you're screwed.
Well, yeah, like I say, there's plenty of programs out there where you can learn this shit. There's online books. There's schools. If you wanted to even go back to school, like, anyone could go back to school. There's people going back to school to college, your age, and getting a degree.
Right.
So another thing too is, unless you plan on dying, you really need to, like, hit the gym and quit smoking. Yeah, I know smoking's a hard thing to quit, but go vape or do something that's, get your mind off the cigarettes, or that's less invasive.
Right.
All smoke's bad, whether, you smoke weed, whatever. Like, it's all bad. It's all, smoke is smoke.
Yeah.
Period. But
Yep.
like, marijuana is not as addictive as nicotine is. It's still addictive to a point, but it's not addictive like nicotine is. You could drop it and not have an issue.
Right.
So, but anyways, if you want to be on this earth for more than, as I see it, a few more years, you better consider, because congestive heart failure is no joke. And you're, like, this close away from,
Yeah, if I can't even make
that's
it up
it.
a flight of stairs without being out of breath, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to go talk to a doctor again and see about doing some kind of,
I think a different doctor, not a cardiologist this time, maybe somebody else.
I don't know, whoever you need to see. But you need to talk to somebody and then slowly get into a workout regimen where you're not, because you don't want to overwork yourself either.
Right.
But you need to get up and be active and not sitting on your ass playing GTA 5.
Right. Yeah. You're telling the truth.
And all
there.
that and all that stuff too. Like you need to stop buying video games. I know it's it's nice to, have something to do once in a while. But I mean, when you have health issues like you don't need to be sitting down. You need to be out doing more productive stuff
Active
than
things while
sitting
I'm
down.
standing up and moving. Yes. I hear you on that one.
So I mean, this is all shit. Take it for what it's worth. It's all on you. They're all just suggestions, but you have nobody to blame but yourself for the position that you're in health wise and even on YouTube and everything else. So, I mean,
That's why I came on here to apologize to everybody. I mean, seriously, no joke from the bottom of my heart. Even you, Austin, Jack, Joe, Jeff from, Two Hacks Garage, everybody. I am sorry. I didn't
that's
mean
fine.
to
All
do
you got to
this.
do is be honest and own up to shit.
Right.
That's so you own up to it and you say, hey, look, I don't know as much as I thought I knew about the car shit, or okay,
Well,
I thought I had a stint standing up. I must have heard wrong. You're right. That's not how it's done. That's all you got to do, and then the shit's put to bed. But when you sit there and you start arguing, trying to defend yourself,
yeah,
that's
I
what
guess,
gets you into trouble.
Beating a dead horse or whatever. So it's just
Well,
not.
it's not really beating a dead horse. It's just, you're trying to argue a point that you're wrong on. And it's just, that's it. And it's not about you're wrong and everyone else is right. It's in this situation, other people are right and you're wrong. And that's with everything. I mean, I've been wrong plenty of times. So
We're all wrong. It makes us human. We all do things that are not correct all the time. And sometimes we don't even see it ourselves.
yeah, that's what I think everyone's trying to get you to realize is you need to think about what the fuck you're saying, and you forget sometimes shit that you said, just like where you're like, oh, I don't remember saying that shit that you said to Jeff. Well, I mean, it's on fucking recording. I mean, you can't dispute it, or even the N word, for what and don't go back to justify any, oh, well, I thought, so and so reason, or I didn't think it means anything, or I thought.
I'm leaving it as it is. I'm sorry, and that is it.
Just do better and don't be like that. Don't be that person.
Right. Joe, thanks for your help, man. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm just giving you advice. Like you know, it is what it is.
Advice. It's not bullshit advice. It's good.
But
It
like I
really
said,
is.
you're the only one that can change that shit. No one else can. So
right. Yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
So I guess I guess that's really all of it. I mean, I could go back and say, because I know you couldn't hear it earlier about the, you're in one of your videos or whatever, you said, oh, talk to me, look at me on the, if you want to talk to somebody about car painting, look at this guy, and, when I look at your I see, like I said earlier, waves, more waves than the Pacific Ocean. I mean, it's pop riveted, galvanized. You should not be using galvanized on your car. No. I understand that's what you had available, but that's we don't live in Afghanistan here. We can a piece of sheet metal's cheap.
No, I know, but the only way I had in order to keep that in place was to use the pop rivets.
Okay, I mean, you have a welder. What's wrong? Yeah. Why didn't you weld it?
Because I couldn't get it working right.
Okay. So I guess fair enough. If you planned on grinding the rivets out and then welding it, okay.
Right. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I guess I can. If I can get that machine to work, because the wire is in the tube right at the end, so I have to somehow figure out a way of getting that wire out and then redoing it.
So something's wrong with the liner in the welder.
Exactly.
Probably just have to. What kind of welder is it?
It's a Lincoln Electric. It's the one that's either you can use the regular silver wire, or you can use the what is it, the copper wire or
So
whatever. with
you
gas.
can, so it has gas hookup on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what I would suggest is maybe sell some of your radios off or whatever. Sell some shit off. Go order a new liner from Lincoln.
Okay.
Get the welder working.
Right.
You're gonna have to strip the paint again and then tack that thing up and dolly it and to get everything whatever. But I mean, there's way more dents on the car than that. But
Yeah, I have to get
that's neither here nor there.
You know, because they actually have two layers. There's an inner layer and an outer layer. That's why I can't get those dents out on the fenders.
I guess. I don't know. I've never worked with anything that old.
Yeah, me neither. That's the thing, you know. Everything to me is a surprise. Like, here it is. Do it or don't.
But either way, like, don't. This goes back to the what you said. Like, don't come out swinging and saying, "Oh, look at me," talk to me about doing paint jobs or whatever. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna say it, and you're not gonna like it. You don't know how to paint. I mean, I have two buddies who paint cars for a living, and they would never use rattle can. I know that's what is available. That whatever, but there's a lot more than that was done wrong. Like, you need a DA sander. You need sanding blocks. I mean, you need a lot of things that you don't. Yeah, sure. I mean, anyone can lay a thing of paint down on something with a fucking spray can.
I have to get a compressor too, and I have to get all the presses for the pistons and all that shit too, because all that shit was taken, you know.
Yeah, well, I advise you to not. I advise you to not press your own your wrist pins in. You just have a shop do it, because the rods have to be heated.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
You'll damage them.
Only thing I knew was in at the end when they told me to put the harmonic balancer on because it doesn't have the bolt. They said you have to put it in the oven and heat it up, and then put some kind of lube on the what is it, the crank, and then press it on.
I mean, I guess you could put a little bit of lube on it, but heating it up's not going to do anything. And actually, I just found out recently, I didn't realize the 283s never did have a crank bolt. That was something that came later on. I guess maybe when the 327 came around. But I guess, yeah, the 283s, they just had a pressed on crank pulley, which is, I mean, odd to me, but I guess that's just how they did it.
Well, you got to remember too, that car is way before my time by about 13 years. So, I never knew anything about it. And I think the thing was I was just like ecstatic about having a 57 Chevy, regardless if it was a four-door or not. And that would be like the only car that I ever would have accepted as a four-door in my driveway or wherever I'm at,
Okay, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I like a lot of ugly cars, like the 77 Cutlass fastback,
Yeah.
not really a very desirable car. I like a 77 Grand Prix, they're not desirable cars by any means, but everybody likes what they like. That's fine. But I mean, I don't tell anyone, hey, you're jealous of, my car because I have, you've said it yourself. They're jealous because I have a 57 Chevy.
Well, that was just a pin on to say what it was that made them do this. I mean, it wasn't really to rub it in their face. You know what I mean?
I know, but that's how it comes off.
Okay. All right. So then we just got to do things a different way and not do it that way, because that's the wrong way.
Well, like I say, your best bet is, just ignoring comments. If you're going to stay on YouTube, if you're going to get off YouTube, just get off YouTube, because like I said, you're just going to get criticized again. So you need to make that decision like soon, I guess.
Yeah, Jeff, Two Hacks also told me, he says, you got to get thicker skin. He's like, you can't just like take offense to everybody. And if they say something that you don't like, you blow up about it. And that's the thing is like, I automatically blow up about it because I get that defense mechanism going, and my what the hell they call it? My heart starts racing and shit, anxiety, whatever.
Well, and again, that's why you need to. Sorry, I'm getting a rock star. I'm fucking thirsty.
I gotta go get some.
I haven't had my caffeine today.
Oh God.
But that's why you need to go talk to someone. You need to talk to somebody who can give you professional help and learn how to deal with anxiety and dealing with your emotions.
General, yeah. Instead of like, blurting out and
Yeah, because
losing it
you
all the time.
understand how if you do that to the wrong person in person,
Yeah.
you get laid out on the ground pretty fast, and you're not in any shape to fight back.
No. And I even went through that with a certain part of my family too. I told them, I said the same thing, and I should have taken heed to my own words.
Yep, and that's like again, that's what we're all trying to like. Jeff's trying to beat it in your head, like trying to get you to understand. So I don't really know what more to
I
say.
know he means well. I know he means well, and Joe, I know you mean well, and that's why I am listening. I'm not just like bypassing and let it go one ear and out the other. So, like I said, I'll say it again. Even to you, Jeff, Austin, and your father, Jack, and everybody else, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry for anything I may have done. I just want to wipe the slate clean and start out fresh. Let's leave all the shit from the past in the past and move forward. Like Joe says, it's the best thing. It's not worth it doing all this because not only me, with the anxiety, but you guys, I'm sure you got better things to do at your time. You really don't want to do this. And, Austin, I know you're really good with cars. I've seen it on the other channel. I have watched your videos. You are intelligent upstairs, man. You got a fucking gift. Okay. You and your father both. And that's a great thing to have, man. You hear me?
Yep, but we're not cool. You can keep your apology. I'm gonna keep doing. You're a liar. You're a racist, and you're done.
No, I'm not worrying about that. That
don't
stuff
care.
is in the past. Like I said, I'm not even dwelling on that. That is what it was, or whatever you want to call it. It's done and over with. I'm not bringing it up. I'm not doing anything with it. Hone it as it is,
Nope.
and that's it.
If you want it to be done, get off YouTube.
Right.
I'm gonna review every channel, every video you do, every live. I'm gonna review. You're a racist.
Right.
You're a liar, and that's just the facts. Have you got your nitro yet?
No.
Exactly. Found the paperwork
But
yet?
maybe they didn't give it to me, and maybe I do need it.
No, they would have gave it to you. Don't try to.
Well, then why did they give me this other crap?
Don't do what.
Hey, well, hold up, Austin. I this came to my mind. What I want you to do, Rich, I want you to read off the what I don't know if you can even read it off or spell it off and do it and put it in your community post of every medication that they gave you.
Okay.
That you're on for it, because then it can decipher what these medications are.
Yeah, because it seems like it's not doing anything for me.
I mean, I can't tell you what they gave you. Obviously, these guys know more about heart attacks than I do. I don't really have anyone in my family who's had a heart attack or any shit like that. I've known a few people, but I don't really know their personal, whether they got nitro or not. I'm assuming they did, but I don't know. Cases are different for different shit. So I can't really speak on that, but
Right.
I think your best bet is take pictures of the bottle, blur the shit out that you don't want to, or just write it, or just go read the bottle and then type it out on your community posts, all the different medications, so everyone can
That's
see.
what I'll do. I'll take pictures of the words that they use, and if, like Austin, if you know what it is, put a comment down below it, okay? And if you know what it's for, because I'm confused as hell. I don't know what the hell they gave me. The only thing I know is that they gave me a water pill and they gave me pills for high blood pressure. The other two, I have no idea what the hell they are.
See, and you as yourself should know what you're taking, because you want to know what you're putting in your body.
Right. And the one pill does say take before bed. So I was told that it was actually a cholesterol pill, but it doesn't look like any Lipitor I ever had. It's like a horse pill,
Well, and then that one, the water, what you call a water pill, that's going to be some sort of diuretic. to
Something, because it makes me go to the bathroom a lot.
well, that would be a diuretic.
Probably from furosemide.
But I mean, these guys, they can form their own opinions. You know, whatever they want to do going forward is fine. I'm leaving everything up to interpretation. So whatever happens going forward, I'll decide on how I'm going to act accordingly. But
Right. And if I say something and then I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to put down in the comment section or down below wherever I make the video. I'm going to say, do you think this is the truth, or do you think that this is like just something that was, you know, to shut me up? You know what I mean? Whatever. Something like that.
but again, you got to decide: are you staying on YouTube or are you leaving? Because you said earlier you were going to leave, so you
Well,
need to make that decision clear. You're either staying or you're leaving. You don't
if
get
you
to
do
have it
watch,
both.
if you watched one of Brian's videos, he said that all my shit was gone off my channel. So it's very easy to delete the channel. All I got to do is go to my account and remove the account. That's it.
Stop
I know
talking
that, but
about
that's not what I'm saying.
exactly.
Right.
I'm saying right now, I'm asking you the question: are you staying or are you leaving? Are you staying on YouTube or are you leaving YouTube? Like you said earlier, about half an
I'll
hour
stay.
ago.
I'll stay, but I need to change my whole, you know, um, my whole appearance. My whole thing has got to be brand new, and it can't be this way. In other words, I can't sit there and, you know, be a messenger for something if I know nothing about what I'm talking about. You
All
understand what
right.
I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like, I'm gonna be talking out of my ass.
that's okay. I mean, that's your decision, but you know, you're also leaving yourself up to potentially being ridiculed still. So
So that's where I have to just draw or grow thick skin.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
And just take it as, you know, people are going to hate people and people are going to like people, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change their mind by, you know, talking to them, because, you know, they're entitled to their opinion.
Well,
Some people,
I think mine's maybe could have been changed at one point, but I think, you know, for Austin at least, and maybe Jeff as well, I think
they're done. Yeah, I know.
ship has sailed
I know.
because
I've
it's
acted
gotten
like
this
an
far.
ass long enough. I know. I'm done. I know.
And nobody was doing any AI editing of your videos either. They were, you know, we were, at least me. I don't even know how to do that shit. I was
I don't
taking
either, but I
literally
know people can do
snip
that.
bits. I was taking and recording videos, cutting
Yeah.
them into each other of
So in
shit
other
that
words,
you
you're doing like
said.
I do. Like, you go on your TV and you do a hotspot, and what you do is you bring up the person's video on YouTube and you record it to your phone, and then you put it on your page.
Well, that's not how I did it, but
That's not at all how that works.
I recorded it on my phone and then basically edited it all.
Okay.
And I don't go off a hotspot. I have a camera that comes off my computer that I point at the TV, and that's it.
All right, guys. Well, here's the thing. No more lying to anybody, okay? I'm not going to sit there and conjure up stories anymore. I'm not going to sit there and have a short fuse with people. I'm done. You know, I can't do that anymore. It's not
So
good
now
for
you're
me health-wise.
Hold on, let Austin
And
speak.
you're lying.
so now you're admitting that you were telling stories. You were telling fibs. That's what you just admitted to, Rich.
I can't hear what he's saying.
I said, so you're admitting you told stories because that's what you just did. You just admitted to it.
Austin, the stories that I told were stories that were told to me.
Lies. They're lies.
Then maybe they are lies, but they're not mine. They're somebody else's.
You shouldn't talk out your ass if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How about this? You stay, unless you know for a 100% certainty, you don't open your big mouth.
Okay. All right. Bet. You got it. That's it.
How about you, instead of going your 57 Chevy content, you just scratch that because you're not good at it.
Right.
Go with your videos or your Hot Wheels. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to review your channel, but at least then you might know what the fuck you're doing.
Right. And then it won't be such a negative thing either, because it's like people like Hot Wheels, you know, it doesn't matter what their age bracket is. There's a lot of people on Facebook that like that.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing when it comes to cars. It's there. You can't say you're mechanically inclined because you're not. You're full of
Right.
shit, Rich.
All right. Yeah, no problem. You got it.
And
That's it.
seriously though, go use some of that money you have before you burn it all up. Go talk to a counselor. You might learn a few things. And
Yeah.
I used to say, oh, you know, people are nuts, you know, going to shit like that. But for some people, it actually can do them good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
So
have
take
Even
made
it
just
for what
being
it's
able to
worth.
talk to somebody about it might be helpful. That's not a problem. You
you
know?
have made fun of people with Alzheimer's, dude. You literally last in the live we did the other day said that your stepson is no longer your stepson because it's her son. No, that's your son. You raised him for 10 years. You should love him. He should be your son, not her son. That shows your character, Rich. It was
Well,
all
I'm
good.
just dealing with the facts, Austin. It's
It was
not
all
my son, it's her son.
no.
She
That's
had him
not
from
all.
somebody else.
No, it's not all how it works. He's your son. You raised him for 10 years, didn't you?
Yeah, but that's part
That's
of a
what.
relationship of a mother that already has a
No,
kid.
no, no. That
No.
is full of shit. That shows your character. It was all good when you were boinking his mom, but the minute she didn't want you no more, he's no longer your son. I'd be damned if I looked at Mikey like
Okay,
that.
I see what you're saying. All right. I see what you're
You're
saying.
that shows your character, and that's just plain and simple. A man would never say those words.
Okay. Yeah, and you
Because
know what?
I'm
You are right, because
wrong.
he did talk to me after all that anyway. He was there to talk to me, so why in the hell was I being like that?
Well, I'm sure he was looking at you like a father figure. You were there 10 years of his life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You did that.
And
That's
then for him to even bother calling me afterwards, you know what I mean? And talk to me. And, you know, I actually share things about the 57 and stuff. And he was amazed on how it looked. You know, even though it wasn't the best, it was still better than some of the shit he's seen me do, you know?
because Rich, I talked to your stepson through emails. I know the story between y'all, you and his ex-wife, and you and him. You ain't gonna bullshit me. The same with Barry. I talk to Barry's family. The same way. When I go at somebody, I go at somebody. So
Okay.
I want to know. I want to know what happened. If you don't mind saying, what happened between you and your brother recently when you moved in with him for a little bit?
Well, I kind of had a bug up my ass about something that was said, and I left.
Do you think it was irrational?
To a point, it might have been irrational, yeah, on my behalf, yeah.
Have
But
you patched it? Have, have,
I have never experienced anybody talk to me like that, and I've never talked to anybody like that while they were in my house. That's what really pissed me off.
do you think he had good reasoning for it, though?
Well, he had every right to. I mean, you know, but the thing is just I never experienced that to that extreme, you know, and I was like shocked and appalled, you know.
Have you made amends with him?
Yes, yes, we've gotten past that.
What about your sister?
no.
We talk. She, I mean, you know, they've always been very distant because they got family and everything else, and you know, I mean, she has a lot of things on her plate, my oldest sister. So it's like, you know, I talk to her when I can, and other times she's just busy. That's it, you know.
You thought about trying to be closer with your family? You seem pretty distant from them.
I'm distant from a lot of people, yeah, because too many times I've been, you know, stepped on.
But do you think it was your own doing, though? That's the thing.
Some of it, yeah, some of it, yeah. But you know, I mean, I could have engaged, you know, the conversation in order to start things back up again and bring us closer together too. You know, that's my fault.
See, and this is where you get back to like how you come off to people. That's
Well, I've been so used to putting that damn defense mechanism up for so freaking long, and now it's putting wear and tear on me, and I can't do it anymore. I have to
well, you got to
change.
think about it this way too. I mean, you're not in very good health. You're 55. I mean, which isn't really old by any means these days. But I mean, do you really want to die alone?
No.
I know I don't.
I'll tell you one thing. When I was married, the one thing I always thought I was going to die alone. Like I'd keel over and croak, and my significant other, whoever it may be, it doesn't have to be what my ex or anything else like that. It could have been somebody in the future. I always was afraid that they would never know that I died, or they wouldn't be there to know what happened, or they just wouldn't be there, period, And I think that
Well, if
scares me the
you
most.
think like that, then maybe it's in your best interest to look within and think, hey, I want to have more friends and more family around me, because the way you come off to people is you push people away.
Well, and the reason why? Because I've been fighting for everything on my own all along, and I haven't had anybody that was there to say, hey, you know what? Let's go hang out and have a good time, and just chill and talk or whatever, I think that it's more or less been like, I'm a burden to them or something, or I feel that way, so I don't bother with them,
And then you need to figure out what that reason, why it's like that, and change that. That's why I say, like, you talk to a counselor, maybe they'll be able to help you learn how to speak with people and not come off sounding like an ass.
Yeah.
Like there was a video you did, it was live when you went into the dollar store or wherever it was at, and you got in an argument with a woman it was a cashier about politics, about whatever.
no.
She's a left
Okay.
winger. Who cares,
Yeah.
But you don't know this woman. You're just in there to buy something and leave. I don't
Yeah.
go into public places spouting my opinion of politics off. It's my opinion. I'll debate, any one of you guys or whatever about it, but I'm not going to go out and, just when I'm going and shopping, just debating some random person about it or bringing it up. It
Hold
comes
on.
off as standoffish.
Two Hacks Garage asked me, how did we come up with the name Mako? And it wasn't me who came up with it. It was my father. And I think it had something to do with Barry's 69 Mustang. So Mach Zero.
Yeah, because
that's how the name come.
It was originally, you were calling it Mach Zero, not Mach O.
Yeah,
because
Yeah,
and then I don't know. I guess
exactly.
the Mach O thing just took over because I guess it sounds better than Mach Zero.
Right. Exactly.
I had to hook up my phone to the controller port for the PS5 because my phone is dying. It's down to 36. All right, so from this point on, pretty much, it's just not keep the personal shit offline. Don't try and defend something that I don't know is the absolute positive truth. And then just learn how to talk to people, and maybe they'll learn how to talk to me as well. Instead of being, hated all the time. Because ultimately that'll be coming from me, and apparently I'm doing more damage than I'm doing any good. So, and then like I said, I'll just unblock everybody, and keep my mouth shut and see what other people have to say, and then
put your best foot forward.
Right.
Here's another thing too. Don't come on a live and then just sit there and ramble on about
staring around.
Yeah,
That's
people
another
driving shitty, and this and that, and like staring off into space, and it comes off as you're not even serious. Like you're just on there so people can watch you do whatever.
It's a waste of time too. And I'm realizing that, and more so now than ever before, because it's like, You know, I'm like, I'm looking for somebody else to say something, and that's not who put the stream up, me. So I'm the one that should be actually, you know, trying to keep other people entertained, not sitting there in cloud nine staring into outer space.
Well, and it's like me, I go out and work on these cars or whatever. Like I don't think like some other people, oh, I'm going to go out and set the tripod up and put the camera up. I go out there and I start working on it, and then I think, oh, maybe I should. And then I'm like, ah, fuck it, I don't want to. Like,
Right.
I don't care.
So you
Like, I
don't
mean,
always have to have, you don't always have to follow YouTube's guidelines by having a video every, you know, 3 times a day, 5 days a week.
No, I mean,
much
I find it irritating to me to have it's because you have to set up a camera and then you got to make sure it's positioned right and all this crap and whatever. I find it irritating, and it's basically sidetracks me from trying to get whatever I'm done worked on. That's why I don't post a lot of videos. It's usually an after effect for me. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have taken a video of that, but at the same time, I don't really care that much. I literally have 86 subs. Like, I'm not even close to being anywhere monetized.
Look at it this way. I've been here for a year after YouTube started, and I don't have enough subs to be monetized. So it's just like, whatever. It doesn't really, at this point in the game, it's not worth all the hassle of everything that's been going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
But you see, you could have been. It's how you push
right.
yourself out there for everyone.
Right.
And
But
with
the
all
thing
the
is
shit,
I'm not a social platform person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have never done this before, so it's not something that's common knowledge to me. It's something that's like, what the hell do I do next? You know what I mean?
well, it sounds like you kind of answered your own question there. You're not a social platform type person.
I was gonna say, if you've been doing it since a year after YouTube started, that's a long time.
I've been on here since with this account since '08. So I've been on here almost as long as you have. And
I'll tell you.
I only put 2 or 3 videos out, and then the oldest ones I have are like 12 or 13 years old. I think I posted them in like 2000. Well, if they're older, than I swear I posted them in like they're from 2010, but I don't think I posted them in 2010. So that'd make them obviously 15 years old. But um, those were like the 3 videos that I had posted up until this past year when I started posting. So
really, technically, I don't need to post videos that often. It's
that's
whenever
up
you
to
think
you. I mean, if you don't care about being monetized and making money off YouTube and all that shit, then
really
it
got to make
doesn't matter if you post
my
one video a month or one video a year.
right, right. And a lot of people don't want to be monetized. They just want to, you know what I'm saying? They do it just because they have, you know, people that follow them or people that are friends with them, and they talk with them and they come on here and they just shoot the shit with them, you know?
That's
It's
kind of
not
how I do it. Like,
money.
sure, I would love to make money off YouTube. It's easy.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say it's easy money because editing and all that stuff to have a nice, like these big channels where they have, they're spending hours editing videos, and they're,
Right.
they're not just edited videos in the sense that like they cut and clip stuff together. They added music and, this and that
Even with
together
that,
and
you have
made
to
it a
watch, you
real
know,
professionally done video.
and I'm not that professional. Like, where in the hell, you know, I'm going to sit there and put audio up, and it's going to be something that's copyrighted or something that's close to it, and you're going to get a copyright strike, and it's like, what the hell is that? Now I can't do this, you know?
Well, you got to understand what you're putting up there first, whether it's going to be copyrighted or not. Obviously, if it's something that's been played on the radio or from a popular band or whatever, you're more than likely going to get copyrighted. I got copyrighted for the one I made about you with the Wizard of Oz song. I knew I was going to get copyrighted though, but I posted it anyways, and they left it up. But they just made me put the copyright thing at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with the little question mark thing on it.
Yeah. So, I mean,
What did he just say? What did Jeff just say? Jeff?
Rich, if you are going to take YouTube serious, basic things like a thumbnail and a good title goes a long way.
Yeah, he's been telling me that forever too, and I haven't been following through with that. That's another problem. I have to learn to do these things You can't just throw a video up there and have dead spots in it and just look like an idiot and then say, okay, well, folks, that's it. Like and subscribe, because it's stupid, you know? So yeah, he's making a lot of sense with that too. He's actually shown me a couple of things that I wasn't able to do before. He had a couple of sites that when I was talking to him, he told me to go on here and check this. And then, you know, I told him, like, some of them, they actually charge for you to do that stuff, you know? And I'm looking for something that's more or less free, so that way I can try it, you know what I mean? Before you buy it. Now we're all doing it. We're all staring into outer space. It's awfully quiet.
I'm reading the comments. But
all right, guys. Well, I only got a couple more minutes here. I've got to go pick up my son. He's at the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, Jeff. I'm sorry about before too, okay?
All right, well, just do better, Rich. Do better.
Well, I will. I don't want to make more enemies on top of everything else. I'm trying to wipe my slate clean, not start more shit. You know what I mean?
Actions speak so much louder than words.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. And I'll follow through with what you said too, Austin. If I'm not absolutely sure it's the absolute truth, don't say anything about it.
Because I'm not going nowhere, Rich.
Huh?
Because I'm not going anywhere.
No, I know you're not. I know you're not. But now I got a better understanding. You know what I'm saying?
Done, unforgivable. There's no forgiveness.
Oh, what the hell's going on here? Almost got backed out again. I can't hear anything anybody's saying now.
no one's talking.
Oh.
I don't know. I've said my piece. I mean, you can take it for what it's worth, like I said, but I'm just giving you advice. If you don't want this to continue, those are the things you need to change.
Right. Exactly. I hear you.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you guys all for coming in. Like I said,
I'm glad I got my mic shit dealt with.
Yep, that's good.
So we'll talk again soon.
And I know. Thank you, poor man's coming in. Thank you, Fasting. Thank you, Rich. Guys, be good.
By the way, Jeff, I've added you on Facebook. I don't know if you've been on it or not. Jeff,
No,
I sent you a friend request because I was trying to get a hold of you. I wanted to get your number.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Have a good evening. Joe, take care. Thank you. Jeff,
I'll
thank you. Talk to you later.
All right, I'll once I get back, I gotta go pick up my my son, and then as soon as I get back, I'll look at that and I'll give it to you, no problem.
Yeah, I found it on. Well, I knew that Austin was friends with you on there, so I added you because I was trying to kind of figure out all this timing for this shit today. So I'd asked for it the other day, but they said, "Oh, you just talked to Messenger," so they didn't have your number. But either way,
it'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good to have your number, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to send you a plate.
Oh hell yeah! We got
So
plenty of room for them.
yeah, I got a bunch of old ones, so
Oh hell yeah, man!
I can send you a plate, and then I can get your email through there and whatnot. So, or your address.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, we'll see you later.
Later, guys.